Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Friday and I've just realized I missed a window there. Oops. We are back at the alligator bar, or formerly known as the alligator bar. I've put a couple of odds and ends and some flowers and some stuff on the tables. I've put, you could call them menus. I haven't drawn up menus, but I've used the standing greeting cards as menus on the tables, and I think it's looking pretty dang good. We put odds and ends and magazines and stuff and other stuff all over the place, so it looks pretty good. The kitchen has got a lot of stuff in it. We've got spice racks and tools and toasters, obviously some coffee by the coffee machine, mugs, trays, all set up nicely for customer, almost customer ready. So let me know what you think. And we got some cakes just waiting to be sliced and served to our wonderful customers. And what is that? That's white paint. Alright, I haven't quite finished everything here, but I did the bathroom. I think it's looking quite nice. We even have a changing table here because, you know, this light is super bright though. I think we need to change that light down just a smidgen. That's better. Whew. Still super bright, but I suppose you need to see what you're doing when you're changing baby's nappies and stuff. And then upstairs I played with the same wallpaper. Remember when I used this wallpaper downstairs, there it is there, I said we were going to darken it up a bit. So all I've done is use it against this wall. And I'm in two minds about using this green, but instead of a, well, you know, it's not too bad. If you look at it as a whole, it works. Don't look at the bathroom. It works nicely with the wallpaper. It's the same tone of green, so that is quite impressive actually. And I haven't done much here other than play with fluorescent lights. I'm very sad and disappointed with the fluorescent lights. I was playing with them here to see what we could do. The colors will probably change. You can actually see this is red, blue and purple. But I discovered the same problem we have with the candles. Let me show you. If we go to the fluorescent lights, wherever they might be, and I'm just going to buy it as is. Now what is going to happen is if I put in a bunch, alright, and then switch them on. Lovely. And we add more because, you know, we want to play with ambience and all kinds of stuff. First of all, it glitches. Can you see that? So that is a problem. Now if I say change and take it to whatever color, it stays as intense. Then if we want to take this and shrink it down, which we know we can do now, and I go back and I say duplicate, okay, keep duplicating. And I'm doing the duplications like this for a reason, because I was thinking of making something interesting. And we will see the pixel effect shortly. I'm not sure how many. Can you see that? You see that pixel effect? It sort of goes a little wonky, and the more you put, the more pixelated it becomes. To the point where everything is pixelated. So I'm quite sad about that. Is it me? Is it my settings? Or is it just that the game can't handle this many? Whoops. And you can actually see it right throughout. It's the strangest, most peculiar thing. So we are going to go upstairs and we're going to sell all these lights, and we are probably just going to I can't even see it with the light shining so bright. I can't identify it where it is. There it is. Yeah, so we can use these as strips, but we've also got to be fairly restrained with our use of these lights. So it's sad, but it is what it is. So I'm going to just work with the lights we've got up here, and it seems to be okay with the strips we've got. But as soon as I start trying to do something too over the top with them, they tend to go wonky. Let me know if you think perhaps it's my graphic settings. I don't have it on super high, but yeah. The other thing I'm thinking of is, should we put wallpaper up here, or should we leave it with sort of like a brick effect? What do you think? Because I'd like to put some booths up here. We don't have a mirrored disco ball, but we can have some music up here. We can have a little bar up here, or alternatively we can have the bar down here and just have the party place upstairs. Now this color is actually pretty dang good. I quite like this color because it's very similar to the color on the background of our wallpaper. So if I copy this, it's the rough paint, so let's use this in here and see. I want to keep the edging. You'll see I've put an edging at the top there of the concrete. I think that works pretty well, but I quite like this as the basis for the bar. And out of paint, I swear they've put a thing on the paint now, so you can't use as much as you used to. Or is it just the ceiling paint that does this? I'm not 100% sure. I think think that's pretty good. I'll go around the windows and everything with it at a later stage. But I am now walking up a ladder. I had to use the ladder to get up there. Should I leave this, or should we paint it with the same red? Because this is the ceiling from downstairs. Not downstairs, in here. And this is going to be the games room. So let's take all our bits and bobs here, stick them in here, and I don't think we need ceiling paint. We'll stick it over here because we've got a bathroom over here that we need to attend to. And then my thought process here is keep the floor that we had downstairs, because this matches down there. You come up here and then this wood will follow through into the floor upstairs. But now we've got lots of new stuff. I can't remember where they are. Are they in hobbies? Is it in music? No. It's not in toys, is it? Where are the damn jukeboxes? Electronics? There they are. There they are. Arcade machines. So we've got Fukuro. They're all Fukuro. And we've got different ones. So if we come up here, we've got a lot of windows, which I'm quite happy with. But maybe we need to play with, let's see what we've got here. We've got the red. That's quite cool. Like that for some reason. And that will fit literally in between the window there. So let's do that. Let's take a straight red one. And this is the yellow and the purple one. Will this stand here if this door is open? Won't get stuck. Perfect. Awesome. So we've got that. We also have an air hockey table, and we have a other table. What's the other table called? Billiard, snooker, that one. So let's just take this down to there, and we can probably, that should give us enough space to get around it on all sides. Yep. And with the air hockey we need the bits. Where are the bits? I have no idea. Air hockey, AR. Chair. There they are. So I believe I never really played air hockey. So I believe we have a few of these. Like that, and we can probably add some more machines and probably a chair and maybe tables here, so you can sit down and chill and refresh in between games. Where is that? It's not there. That. How about we use this? That will work. And no, we will change the color. That's quite sad. But that will work. And we can probably, let's change it first because let's do the thing. I'm thinking the dark beach because it's sort of that dark redwood. We can keep the stripe today. I'm feeling generous. And I don't think I want to have a pattern because it's right up against the wall there. How about something slightly darker? How does that look? That's not too bad. And then we just need a table. Should we do a dining room table? If we do a dining room table, it's going to have to be square. This is so flimsy. I can't see that actually working, but maybe this one? If we take, there we go. Let's see, is that too high? Does that make sense? Well, it has to be. Maybe we need a rectangle. Want something that's fairly solid. Actually looks pretty nice. Yes, we'll change the wood. I suppose. What do we use? A low table. We need something quite large. You see, that's too low. It literally will be. Alright, I'm going to go with this one. Let's move that in a smidgen. That one we can use somewhere else, but now let's change. No, let's not copy. Let's change this to the redwood. Should we? There we go. I will take it. The problem is these ones you never quite fit, do you? I'll take it. And then we can probably put, no, probably not. We'll put a couple more over there. I think that will work. We just need some more machines. Let's get some more machines, shall we? Okay, so this one is the same as that. We don't want the same one. How about that one? This is probably going to be super loud downstairs, but it is what it is. pink one? Sure. Let's put... Actually... No, let's do that, and then I'm guessing the side panels are this one? Yes, they are. So what do we want here? I'm guessing we want explosions and all kinds of fun stuff. Stars. We don't have enough explosive types. We've got that. We've got that. And those colors are horrendous. So let's go with the pink stars. And that turquoise blue maybe. That'll look good. There we go. You come up the stairs and you've got all your gaming machines over here. I can imagine the children will be thrilled. And we can probably, can we please duplicate one of those and pop it in there. Thank you. And then on the other side here, we can have the snooker table. I say that in this tone of voice. Let's throw that there. Let's see how big the snooker table is. That will be under pool table, sorry. Do we want, yes, I'll stick with the green. Just take it down. Yes, it's big. Is that going to be enough space? Not really. Dang it. Maybe we should have a section here for the... Yeah, we don't want the section for the smaller kids to be right next to the bar. More machines? Maybe another air hockey table. Let's pop that in the corner there. And copy that. You're not going to allow me to do that, are you? Damn it. Yeah, we'll do another air hockey table here. Going to give us enough space for people to get around it. That will work, and then we can put this table here next to the stairs with a couple of chairs. No, not stools, chairs. We've used that, so let's go with something fairly simple. I say that and then I procrastinate. Ha! Literally simple. How's that? Yeah, that'll work. And then we just need the stuff. That would be, can we please duplicate this? Thank you. Damn it. I suppose we have to buy the stuff, don't we? And we're going to keep the colors. Okay, we're going to keep the colours. Sort of. Right. Then we can put some fun stuff on the walls. Okay. And I think that'll be a sort of keep them occupied space. Let us find actually lights. What have we got here? All we've got is pizza and bikes. Dang it. Okay. I guess we could put some game posters up. Let's see how big these are. Will they? No, they won't fit. Okay, scrap that idea. Have we got narrower posters? Just no. That's not going to work either. We are going to have to make our own custom posters. Hello, thank you. We could probably use something like that. How big is that? That's not all big. Yeah, let's make it a bit bigger. That's fun. Doesn't quite work with what we have on the walls, but that's okay. We can live with it. Because, you know, if not, why not? Now, we're going to do the user thing, so stand by. Okay, we got lots of sweeties, and I mean, it's nothing like convincing your child to play games and eat sweeties all afternoon. I mean, you know, we could probably use something like that, but that is very wide. Maybe something like that. That'll work. We've got censor it a little bit. Center. I didn't say censor. Seriously, I didn't ask for that. I wanted the moon. Where's the moon gone? There's the moon. Yep, the Mars and moon. And we can put some... Oh, we're having a little issue today, aren't we? Yeah, these will work on the walls. You can see it's a little jittery for some reason. Maybe I'm just pushing my luck too hard. This is so bad. That's huge. Yeah, no, that won't work, unfortunately. Jelly babies, jelly teddies. That's a square. We don't have vending machines, unfortunately. But we can make them. I think that'll work. We've got nothing here. We got the coral beer, but that will be for the other side of the door. Mushrooms is a long thing. I would like something a little playful. And of course in this game you have to work with what you've got. I can always get some game related stuff if needs be and slap it on the walls, but this is going to have to do for now because it sort of just gives us an idea. I'll put some flowers in here too and all that good stuff, but I'm not 100% happy, but it'll do. And now in here, I think I'd like to put the bar back here. What do you think? We'll have to build it. Damn that ladder. We'll have to build it out there because we need access to that door. So let me paint the back here and see. That's going to be one of these days, isn't it? Down. Ooh, it went all the way down. That's awesome. Damn it. That'll teach me to be facetious. I don't want to go over that. Oh, that's the ceiling. It's fine. You see that leg? Just paint that little bit there. Thank you. We have more tiles, it'll be fine. Ooh. Hitting the buttons again. Why is it that I can hit buttons fine until I'm talking and hitting buttons? Clearly cannot multitask very well. Do we want wooden paneling? Maybe. That's why I want to just paint this, and then we can always come back and panel if needs be. Okay. The question is, do we paint the bottom of these stairs or do we... Yeah, let's paint them. Come on, close. Okay. We have an area here. Let us find some cabinets. Standing we want a bar counter, a nice looking bar. I wouldn't mind this or that. Actually, that's got a cabinet on it. This doesn't. Let's use that to start. Yeah, you see, it's going to block. I swear I'm going to take this ladder and put it outside, and that's me being polite. Go stand over there, you're in my way. Whee. All right, where was I? I suppose we can, see, I don't want, you see, maybe that. And then we can have a couple of people seated. It's not very big. Or do we put it upstairs? We've got so much more space here. We can have this like super giant pub bar up here. We just have a very low ceiling, so we can't really build anything really big. How many can we get in here? Okay, now if I ask you to pop out for me, where does that work for you? It doesn't pop out, it pops in. Damn it. I don't like that. See, that's also will then pop in there, but we can use that. Let's just see, if I go there, that, okay, we'll take that one. There we go. Unfortunately, we don't have that really nice exterior on it, but it'll be fine. Do we want the curve on it? Doesn't really change much on the outside, so we'll do that. That is close to the window as I can get it. I mean the wall. That works for me. We are actually going to need to have place where the guy can actually get out of the bar. Let's put it there. we can just put a okay, this is always the complicated bit, isn't it? Let's find a windowsill. I'm going to change it up later. Let's just see what we can do here. We will be able, it does go through right now, but it won't go through once I lift it up. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to line these up and maneuver stuff in. It's still too low. Dang it. Yeah, I'm gonna fight with this for a while. Amen. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And that is too high now. Damn it. I need to get it at the right damn height. Thank you. Right, in. It's not going to damn well line up. Not quite. Better. Not perfect yet, but better. Okay. Damn, that took way too long. Now the only problem we have is we don't have much space behind here, and I cannot get through. Oh yeah, I forgot that I can't get through. And I can't. All that. And then I realized I cannot actually just merge through the stuff. So we're going to have to do it like that. Damn it. Alright. I'm liking the wood color on the base of it. Let's not sell it. Let's just change the top. Should we? Actually, you know what? Let's not. That actually is not bad. I'll take it. I'm at the stage now where I'm not quite sure what I'm wanting. How sad is that? Maybe some open units? Have we got space at the back here? Yes, we do. Seeing as we don't have much space for shelving, we can do that. And we haven't really got much selection, do we? See, it won't sit, it won't. That's the only one that might fit, and it is, nope, it will do. It's not a perfect bar back, and it's, damn it. Gonna have to do. All right. I'm quite liking this shelf. I think it's really cool. But we can't resize it, so we'll leave that. And you going to place bottles there. Let's just copy that onto that, and then it all sort of works together. We never did establish if we wanted paneling up here or if we were going to go with that. We also don't have the option of putting, we do have a ceiling, but I think I want to use those wooden, maybe just put a beam straight over the bar. Okay, and then we can copy that onto there, but then it looks a little weird with these beams here. But we can make, no, we can't make a plan with that, can we? Okay, you can see I'm frustrating myself now because I'm looking at all the negatives. So let's see if I that's not going to help me any. Where does that bring us? To there. So if I take this, I'm interested to know. Okay. Tell me this. Answer me this interesting question. If I put, okay, can I put a hanging cabinet? Which one was I wanting? I wanted the open one. Okay, if I put that there, that is very low. You're gonna knock heads. Okay, fine. We are just going to do that, and we are going to put probably a shelf in here so we can at least stack stuff on. Do we want it to go? Yes, let's make it go all the way. That should be fine. Can I get past? Yes, I can. Ah! Well, so much for doing the pub downstairs. It is what it is. I don't like that that is... Can I do that? Can I pop one higher? No, I can't. That's fine. At least it fills the gap there. And then we can put some lights. I will paint this whole thing, but we can put some, because it's so low, we are probably going to use spotlights. Something like this. Something like that. Can I still get through if that light is there? Yes, I can. Awesome. All right, what am I doing? Light switches. Let's pop that there, and then we can change. Yeah, I'll change everything tone-wise shortly. Yeah, that works. It's not very pretty, but it does work. Alright, so should we continue with the brick, or should we put some interesting stuff in here? While I'm here, no. Let's go with a dark beige to start. Let's go with the RGB. And what color should we go? That's pretty cute. It does tone it down a little bit, so it's not as intense, so you can sit at your bar and chill, but you still have light. It'll work. And then we can copy that onto the shelf here, and then I'll do the finishes on that. Should I bring the wallpaper in? You can see it's dark now, so this is what it will look like at night in this corner. So I think that's pretty cool. And then we can get some bar stools in. I'm thinking pretty simple stuff, but then again I'm leaning towards this. We can probably keep the bronze and go with maybe black seats. Yeah, that'll look good. And then obviously we're going to need music, sound systems, all that good stuff. So tell me, should we go for stripes or should we go for something a little bit funkier? Should we even go for a wallpaper? If we had the disco ball, that would work. Maybe something like this. Or is that too sort of... I suppose I'm going to have to put a little bit more into the bar before we actually go with... You know, I was thinking, I got very sad when we ended up not being able to use the should we go small or big? Let's see what it looks like. I'm going to do it behind the bar and see what it looks like, and then we can take it from there. We're going to have to move all that stuff. Is that too yellow? From a distance, it's pretty cool. It's not bad. Let me know what you think. It's going to be another one of those let me know what you think episodes. Where's my wallpaper? We've got it. If we don't use it, we'll put something else over it. I think that's quite cool. I don't want to move these cupboards, but I suppose I'm going to have to so that we can paper behind them. Maybe I'll feel happier if I put some stuff on the shelf here. I've been told that you gotta have hot sauce on the bar. So that's going there. And then we can just, let's put a couple of, you see these bottles will fit nicely. Come on, don't give me grief. Then I would like a nice clear bottle of something interesting. That looks okay. We could see if some of the wine bottles fit underneath there. Yes, they do. Like a bowl of beer nuts, please. There we go. And a couple more bottles of hot sauce. What do you say? Yeah, that does look a bit better. I wouldn't mind being able to hang stuff, but we know we can't yet. But I suppose from over here it's not too bad. I could always replace these with the open shelf. Let's not sell anything yet. Put a glass in there? That is the question. Let's just throw some more here. And then we can see if the glass will fit. Why am I going to bathroom products? Right, we need some beer glasses. Damn it, no, it won't. Will you fit in there? Yes, you will. Okay, so that will fit like that. Some more glasses. Yes, you do fit. Awesome. And am I going to tempt fate and put some backlighting in here? That is the question. You will fit there. It's not bad, it's not great, it'll be fine. I have more fun in Sandbox because I then get the opportunity to make stuff. But it'll do. Can I backlight this? Do I want red? Come on. Whew. It's a little hectic. Okay, can we tone that down just a smidgen? I like the red, but I think we need to take it maybe to the orange. Doesn't really backlight the glasses, does it? Not really. Actually can't see the glasses at all, which is unfortunate. That's okay. Let's see if I change this one. That's actually not too bad. Woo. That works. Pops the bottles, doesn't pop the glasses. But it's not bad. Alright, I'm going to leave it here. I quite like the colors that we've got here now. I don't think they work in any shape or form from downstairs to upstairs, but hey, it's a bar. Let's have some fun with it. So let me know what you think. If you've got any suggestions, please feel free to suggest. So guys, I hope you have a lovely weekend. Thank you so much for watching. And if you've got this far, please subscribe. And I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.